Hello guys, today we're gonna start with the advanced C++, and I'm gonna start with I think it's chapter 11 or 12, not sure exactly. And I'm gonna start with arrays. We're gonna do a program on arrays. First, let's see what are arrays. If any of you took a class with me or remember, I gave a program where we add 5 grades, find the average of 5 grades entered by the user for a student. And in that we had to do something. We had to declare integer grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and 4, 5, how much grades we have. And then we have to add those grades, and then we have to find the average, divide them by 5 and find the average. And in the equation we also like to find the sum. We had to do what? Grade 1 plus grade 2 plus grade 3, and this process takes too much time typing grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and then doing the calculation. So we want to see if there, especially also when you do when you need to input those. If I need to input them, what do we need to do? Can we input them in a loop? No, because each one has grade 1, grade 2 different. We can do cn grade 1, grade 2. So there's lots of typing in it. A good way to solve or resolve this problem is by using arrays. And how are arrays useful in this way? Let's see what's an array. Okay, so I tried to make this shorter, but I forgot I made the recording area smaller, so it'll be clearer on the. Okay. No. So think of those as 5 grades, and here we have an array is a homogeneous set of elements. All are the same type, homogeneous, the same type. So here, if let's say if I have 5 integers, this is an array of 5 integers, 5 grades. 5, it can be floats, 5 floats, it can be 5 strings, whatever we want. Let's say in our case I want them to be as floats, so we can input 99.5, 89.7, so we can have the decimal point over there. So this is our grade, and we can declare it. Let's say, for example, I can say float grade 5, meaning an array of size 5 having 5 elements. The name of the array is grade, and it takes the data type of it. It takes floats. It's going to take 5 floats. That's the size of the array. So this is the name of the array, this is the size of the array, and this is the data type of the array. This is going to be grade 0. And this element, the second element, is going to be grade 1. We always start with 0. And this one will be grade 2. And this one will be grade 3. And This one will be grade grade 4. Sorry, we can't go to 5. 5 is gonna go an extra element here, and we don't want that. So this is grade 0, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. This is called the index. The index, which specifies which element in the array we want to access, whatever we want to do with it. And here we have the variable or the amount. Here we can say, let's say 87.4, 99.2, 65.8, 85.3, and 92.9. Those are 5 grades. We can have an array of size, let's say 1000, 100, whatever size you want. But remember, the most important thing in an array, they're all the same data type. They're all floats, they're all integers, whatever you declare them here. Another thing, it's array of size 5. It's an array that starts with 0, starts from 0 to 4. We have to remember this. An array of size 10 is one that starts from 0 to 9. 100 is from 0 to 99, and so on. We always start with 0. So now if I want to add those elements, it's going to be much easier. We can do it. We can make a for loop, add them, and find the average, the sum, whatever we want to do with that. But let's now find the average. We use we have to find the sum. We need to input the grades, or we can define them here, and we're going to show you, I'm going to show you different ways how to do that. So we can say float grade and size 5, and we can do this. We can do this. This will initialize all the elements to 0. We can also input them here, 99.2, 87.5. In this case, we have to put all 5 elements, or all 5 grades. We can't put 4. It's either you put one value that will initialize it to all the other elements, or we put all of the elements. So now let's do this. Let's see. Oh, let me do it this way. I want to show you. And 4, and let's do it this way. I don't want them to have the same value at the index, so we don't have to worry about that. What are we printing? So now if I say cout and grade, let's say 4, and let's do end line, and let's do cout grade 0 and end line, and now I need to take one of those out, and let's save this and try to compile and run it. Build. It's shown, it should be here, shown it. we had any errors. Well, I don't think we have any errors. Nope, it's clear. 0 errors, 0 warnings. Now I'm gonna do, I didn't include that, so the code will be clearer for you guys. So here we can see, I don't know if you can see that, but here is an 8 and here's a 0. We're printing 8 and 0. This is an 8 and this is a 0. I tried to change the size of this, but it didn't work. But we can run it on the Unix machine and it will work. It will show it in a bigger size, but we'll see how to do it in a minute. So now I don't want this and I don't want this. I declared an array. I want the user to enter 5 grades. Enter 5 grades. And now I'm gonna have a for loop. We usually with arrays we need for loop. Integer I, we have to start with 0. Remember, I is less than the size, which is 5, or I less than or equal 4, whichever one you want to use, and I plus plus, and that's gonna be the index or the size of the array. So we can loop on this. So I can start with I0, which is this, then loop to this, I1, I2, I3, I4. And here, because I'm inputting, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna say cn, and what to do now? Grade what? Grade I. And now I wanna print it. I'm just showing you we can make the calculation adding here, but I just want to show you how to integer I. We can use the same thing, or we can use another value. I is less or equal 4. I want to use the 4 here just to make show you 2 different ways. And here I need to print whatever I inputted, and I'm gonna say grade and I, let's say I and grade I. So I'm gonna say element I, and I just want to put spaces, grade let's take it back a little bit so you can see it. And I just want to do this. We didn't put return 0, but sometimes some compilers it doesn't matter if you put it wrong. So here, and we're gonna print it, and I need an end line here. It's gonna all print it on one line. Does it go? Oh, what did I do? I'm gonna make those. Let's make the space. And I need this here. And this is, guys, just an end line here on the side. Okay. So this should work now. Build. And I'm gonna do on. And here, saying enter 5 grades. go here. Oh, it didn't make a difference, but okay, it's not okay. I don't want to do. I wanted to try to make it. So let's say 99.5, 87.2 or 3, 92, 93.9, and 89.0 and 65.7. And here you can see we inputted 5 grades, and then it said element 0, element 1, element 2, element 3, element 4. This is showing the elements, and I'm showing the grade inside each element. The grade inside each element. You can see it here. I wish we can zoom in or zoom out of this, but this is not. Hopefully you can see this. Now if I want to do the adding those elements, we can do it here in a for loop. Remember, we do this. Okay, and I want to do, let's say, total equals total or sum plus what? Grade I. Each time it loops, give me add the grade to total. But here we have to remember to do one thing. We need to declare float total equals 0. I need to add it. We can use, instead of this also, we can use what? Total plus equal grade I, which I prefer to use, which exactly equals this. This is saying this in C++. So we take this out and leave this. We got the grades total. So now I can say here C out the total equals, or total equals, and we print total, whatever we declared out there, and let's put end line, and let's try to build. Oh, I have a misspinning. Great. Okay. Run, no problem. Build. Run, and here's the. So we input 5 grades, 87, 88. I'm putting them as floats, but that's okay. And now here's the elements. The other for loop we had is the input. Here's the element showing each one, and here's total 440. Now if we need to calculate average, we need to have what? C out average equals, and we can say total divided by 5. And here we have end line. And here I just want to make it look better. C out \n. And let's do. Don't be scared from arrays. It's just at the beginning you might have a difficulty from, but they are so helpful. They're gonna make your life easier. Believe me. 99, 88, 78, 95, 96. Here's the grades we entered, the 5 grades we entered. Sorry, I can't make this bigger, which is 95, 90. Now we're printing element 0, our grade 0 equals grade, the grade is 99. I'm just showing what's inside the array after I input them. And now this is showing total, which is 456, and the average, which is 91.2, which is those two lines. So this will show, this is why we use grades. It's much easier. You don't have to keep typing to see out grade 1, grade 2. We don't have to, when we add them, do grade 1, grade 2. We just put grade I, have our counter, our for loop. That's why you always should use with arrays. You should use the for loops. Or you can use while loops. I mean a loop. You need a loop with those. So this is the first example for arrays and loops. We're gonna give another example in the next lecture. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below.